While I am busy getting all of my 2025 fall decorations in place, I have compiled this video of fall decorating inspiration from last year. I cannot wait to be back shortly sharing everything I've done for 2025. Everything will be new and fresh and look completely different from last year, and I cannot wait to start sharing it with you very soon. So until then, sit back, relax, and enjoy this hour full of fall decorating. Hello there and welcome to my home. Today I'm sharing my fall entryway decor with you. I want to give you some cozy, inviting, decorating inspirations, how you can create a beautiful home in your own entryway. I'm going to start by adding this scrolled detail that I got from an estate sale for $6. The beautiful gold finish and ornate detailing is going to be the perfect piece to add here in my very tall entryway and just cap off this space above my picture. This picture stays here all year long, and I think the scroll detail is just what it needed to finish off the look here on the wall. Amazing how sometimes it is the little details that add that high-end look. Who remembers these $1 thrifted lamps? Well, I'm going to keep them in place. This gorgeous silver tray is going to be the anchor to my fall decor. I'm going to make several floral arrangements in these chinoiserie vases. I'm going to share with you here how I'm making this first arrangement. These stems are an orange oak leaf. I believe they're oak anyway. I don't recall where I purchased them because I've had them and used them for several years now. And I think the color is beautiful with this blue and white vase. Absolutely keep your chinoiserie out all year long. It is too pretty to pack away, and you can absolutely incorporate it into your decor all year long. I picked up these longer rice stems and they were from Walmart this year. Very affordable. I believe they were $3.98. I'm bending up the stalk of the stems so that they're a little bit shorter. I hate to cut my stems because you never know when you need that length down the road. I like to work in groups of 3 or 5. The odd number is just more pleasing to the eye when you're making floral arrangements. These last stems I picked up at a garage sale. Don't hesitate to pick up those thrifted floral stems when you find them at a good price. You can just hose them off and let them dry in the sunshine. The grapes also came from the same garage sale. I only have 2 of them that I'm using here just to kind of drape out and over the edge of the vase. It is all of these different colors and textures blended together that give the visual interest to this pretty floral bouquet. Placing this fall floral arrangement here in my entryway on that silver tray, you can see how perfect all of the colors are working together with that oil painting on the wall. But we're not going to stop here. I want to make a second arrangement that is smaller in this vase. This arrangement is going to be very simple. I had this greenery with these little textured berries on the end of them. Do not be afraid to mix greenery in with your fall decor, especially here at the beginning of early fall. This faux feathered stem was actually a Dollar Tree find, so I picked up that for $1.25. To that, I bought these burgundy stems from Hobby Lobby. They were in the pick section. They're going to add in that dark, moody color and work so well with this greenery and that chinoiserie vase. Fall greenery and fall floral arrangements are a very easy and quick way to make your entryway cozy and inviting. You're bringing those fall colors and elements of nature from outside in. have a collection of glass pumpkins that I want to display here in the front of my chinoiserie vases on this silver tray. They're different colors tied together with the floral arrangements, and the collective element of them being glass is what makes this little grouping cohesive. To soften the look of all of this on the tray, I'm going to take several of these floral picks and just put them on each side. This helps to anchor the decor down, and like I said, it softens the look. This is a cozy, inviting vignette you could do anywhere in your home, not just in your entryway, but I think it is perfect here when all of the elements have come together. Now moving across my entryway to this asymmetrical wall by my stairs, I switched out my mirror to this oval one. I got this at an estate sale for $5, and it is quite old. It's definitely vintage. I swapped the white linen lampshade for this black one that I had in my decor closet. I love a touch of black in every room. It just makes the space look warm, cozy, and elegant. The gold velvet chair came from my family room, and right above it on this asymmetrical wall where it can sometimes be difficult to decorate, I'm going to create a small gallery of photos. These are all landscapes. I've picked them up from various places. The large white matted picture came from Hobby Lobby. The square moody landscape is from Target, and these new additions are also from Target. They came in a pack of 2 for $19.99. I got the round black framed landscape from Hobby Lobby as well. While I love thrifting vintage portraits and landscapes most, I love that for those of you that don't like thrifting or don't ever come across them, you are starting to see vintage replicas in store, and the prices I paid for these new additions were not outrageous or bad at all. Again, the touches of black in these frames, creating that cohesive, elegant look that is inviting for a fall entryway. This ginger jar without the lid is going to be the perfect vase for my next fall arrangement. I am using some stems that I had from last year. They have the blending of green, soft browns with a little bit of burgundy. This is going to tie in not only with the pictures and other decor I'm using on this entryway table, but also with those 2 arrangements I made earlier for the other side of my entryway. The soft and muted colors of those first stems are going to be offset with some of those bright orange oak leaves like I used in my first arrangement. These colors go so beautifully together. You want to be sure that you fan out all of your stems and branches and intertwine them, making the whole arrangement look full and lush. The height and scale of this arrangement works well with all of the decor hanging on the wall. So now we're going to work on the tabletop decor. This is a very heavy scalloped marble bowl. I actually found this at Ross for $29.99 back in the summer. Don't skip on Ross. They have a lot of look for less items there. I have these decorative blue and white balls that I'm adding to the marble bowl. Then I have these rustic vintage looking gourds and pumpkins. I picked them up in the pick section at Hobby Lobby, and I'm just going to add them in to the bowl to create that fall look. I want to use this vintage brass tray to anchor all of my decor down here on the other end of the table and create a little fall vignette. You can find this simple creamy white pumpkin at Walmart. It is ceramic and was $9.98. I next want to layer in some more landscape prints. I downloaded this first one off of the internet from Free Domain website, printed it at Walgreens, and added it to a thrifted frame. The little oval landscape is very inexpensive and can be found at Hobby Lobby. Creating a beautiful home does not have to be expensive. I use so many different tricks to get a high-end look for less here in my home. I have a couple of floral picks here. This is going to soften the look of the vignette. I'm going to tuck them in and around that pumpkin. It will bring that fall element into this vintage brass tray, and again, like I said, soften the harsh lines from all of the decor. Do not be afraid to mix your metals when decorating your home. That's what I'm doing by using this ornate silver tray on this bottom shelf. It is going to anchor this other fall decor. A lot of this was either thrifted or I've had it for many years. And I love to use old and vintage books as risers and just create different layers and levels to my home decor. I also like to use things like this brown and white transferware plate. It is going to be the base for my little vintage look pumpkin. Again, using some fall greenery to soften those harsh lines of the decor and bring a little bit of nature into this vignette. I think every chair needs a blanket, and what better time than fall to bring out a chunky knit throw. This was $19.98 from Walmart. It comes in multiple colors. I have a navy blue and then this dark green color. It just screams cozy fall nights. I'm topping off my table with this gold maple leaf trinket tray for a cozy, inviting, and warm entryway table. This gray rug was underwhelming. It was plain and actually kind of small for this large entryway. I am swapping it out for a new rug that has so much more color to it. On camera, I think it comes off a little bit of a rusty red, but in person, it is definitely much more vibrant than this. The blues and reds of it are perfect for this entryway. It has a non-slip rubber back and is one of those thinner washable rugs, which is perfect when you're placing it at the entrance to your front door. I am still on the hunt for some vintage canes to put in my blue and white umbrella bucket here. Until I can find them, I'm just going to keep filling them with flowers or greenery. For fall, I have these afloral dupes that came from Hobby Lobby. They are a beautiful plum color, kind of a burgundy plum. And then to that, I'm going to add some more traditional fall colors to tie in with all my other floral arrangements that I have here in my entryway. Very simple and a solution until I can eventually thrift the perfect antique or vintage canes. Like I said, they are hard to come by, so I am forever on the hunt. I love sharing my home with you and appreciate that you stopped by and joined me today. If you want to see more fall decorating here in my home, be sure you hit that subscribe bar if you haven't already done so, and I always appreciate when you hit that thumbs up. I hope you have enjoyed decorating with me in my entryway for fall this year, and I hope that you are leaving with a lot of new decorating ideas and inspiration. I have so much more to do and share with you, so until then, I hope you have a wonderful and blessed day. I will see you again real soon. Hello and welcome to my home and welcome to my fall kitchen decorate with me. I love to create vignettes that are beautiful yet functional around my kitchen. Fall is such a wonderful time of year to decorate. The colors of the season are warm, cozy, and inviting. You saw my overview there of everything cleared out. I give my surfaces a thorough cleaning before I get started. Decorating is a great time to do that when everything is off your kitchen counters. So the first little vignette that I want to create for my fall decorating is here in the corner on the end of my kitchen counter. I call this kind of a dead space. It is not very useful for actual kitchen prep and cooking over here in this corner. So I like to make this particular area cute and decorative. So I'm going to add in my little thrifted chinoiserie mini lamp, and then I'm going to layer up this Target basket. I got this on clearance for like $12 just recently. Then you will be seeing a lot of blue and white transferware from my collection that I'm going to use. I'm also going to use a lot of florals, and I'm going to show you step by step how I put those together. It's very simple and easy. I guarantee any of y'all could do this, even if you don't have any floral skills. So again, I want to use all those fall colors that are warm, cozy, and inviting and incorporate them here in my kitchen as I do throughout my home. So if you love that look, then definitely be sure you subscribe because I am going to be taking you throughout my entire home to decorate. So for this floral arrangement, you can see that I just took some artificial stems and folded those branches back up over the stalk so they would fit down in this Hobby Lobby vase. I got this back in the summer at Hobby Lobby because it looks like ironstone, and so it is very attractive with my other pieces of vintage dishes in my kitchen. To that, I added in my hydrangeas that I shared in my Hobby Lobby fall shopping. These were on clearance, and it just breaks up the texture of those floral stems and it gives that earthy fall vibe to my floral arrangement. Floral arrangement layers beautifully here in the basket and on top of my plate. To soften the edge, I have a fall towel that has all the colors that I'm using in it, just lightly draping it over the edge. And then at a recent estate sale, I found these Spode mugs and saucers. They, I think, are probably soup mugs, but I'm going to drink coffee out of them. They are the perfect size. I wanted to stack a couple of them here, but I did not want it to just be plain. So to fill the bottom of the saucer, I had this little half sphere foam. I'm just using it to take up the volume in the bottom of the saucer, and then adding in some preserved moss in this green color. It is so pretty and is a great contrast to the pumpkin and other fall colors that I am going to be using here. It is just perfection in my opinion as I stack it in here in this little vignette. I shared this from Hobby Lobby. They currently have it in their fall selection. It is the perfect color of amber, and it mixes that new with the old and vintage for a cozy fall look. We're moving across the countertop to create our second vignette here beside my cooktop. This area is going to be pretty but functional. I'm going to break up my backsplash here with this picture. The moody colors and gold frame are perfect to tie in with all of my other decor. I'm layering in. Layering helps to anchor your decor to your countertop or table. So this homemade cutting board that we received many years ago for our wedding is perfect for that. I thrifted this crock for $6.50 from an estate sale. To that, I am just adding my wooden utensils that I use every day. Another blue and white transferware plate to anchor down, some more moss, and another pumpkin. You can find these pumpkins at Hobby Lobby. It's actually on a pick. I just removed the stick. I'm using a glass dome from my cheese board to cover it. Adding in my Mackenzie Childs courtly check, salt and pepper shaker for a touch of pizzazz, and then another little Hobby Lobby canvas. I'm not doing a traditional fall coffee bar this year, but I want to set up a cute little area here beside my coffee maker. I'm taking a Mackenzie Childs oval platter in the courtly check pattern, and that is going to be my base layer. To that, I just have a simple vase that I'm going to fill with these faux chrysanthemums. They are in multiple colors here, a light creamy color and a darker brown color. It would not be a kitchen vignette without some more of my blue and white transferware that I thrifted a long time ago. Then I found this match cloche at Walgreens back in the spring. There's an identical one on Amazon that I can link down below for you. And then my coffee spoons that I use all the time. Y'all regularly ask about them, so I will link them down below. Topping it off with another little faux pumpkin and mug. And because it has to smell like fall, even though the temperatures are not saying it yet, I picked up a pumpkin jar candle at Hobby Lobby. It was 40% off, and I have added little felt feet to it so it does not scratch my Mackenzie Childs plate. While not a full coffee bar, it is definitely a cozy place to enjoy a cup of coffee in the morning. Across the kitchen here on my bar island combo, I want to create a super easy fall arrangement in this vintage grease crock. I'm going to use a floral foam block, just sticking that down inside the crock. And I've had these picks for several years, but they are currently still available at Hobby Lobby if you are looking for something like this. I have 4 of them, and I'm just going to stick them down around the edge of the crock into that floral foam. And then, if you haven't guessed it by now, I love these little pumpkins on a pick from Hobby Lobby. The one I'm going to be using here is vintage textured and looks like it is old and unique, and I love that. I have had it for several years as well, so I don't know if they have this exact one in stock this season. It fits in with with these little multicolored eucalyptus picks. You're just going to stick it down into the center of this and you have a very cute fall floral arrangement. To display our cozy fall floral arrangement, I'm going to layer in a skinny long cutting board and place my arrangement here on the end along with a new cookie jar. This little cookie jar or treat jar is from Walmart and it was less than $10. Beautiful cream color with a gold stem. This keeps this area very simple as we use it a lot every day. I have one more fall floral and pumpkin arrangement that I want to make here in this blue and white planter. I'm going to take a block of floral foam. I'm going to leave it wrapped since it's already so nice and tidy and it gets a little messy, and just gently place it down into my planter. That way I can take these multicolor fall stems from Hobby Lobby. They are 40% off right now, probably soon to be 50% off, but into that floral foam I'm just kind of gently sticking in each stem and then draping it over the edge. I am going to do this all the way around this blue and white planter. This is going to be the base that I'm going to then place a Hobby Lobby pumpkin that I picked up recently and shared with you in my Hobby Lobby shopping haul. This is going to be very simple but very classy. It is going to tie everything in between my kitchen and then my casual kitchen dining nook, which I'll be sharing with you here in the near future. I wanted to keep this simple because I am placing it here on my bar top where we eat. I hope my cozy, warm, and inviting fall kitchen decorating has given you a lot of inspiration and ideas for you to decorate your own home. That is why I love sharing what I do here on my channel. If you enjoyed it, I always appreciate the thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Again, thank you for spending your precious and valuable time here with me today. Until I see you in that next video, I hope you have a blessed and wonderful day. Hello there everyone, and welcome to today's video. I will be decorating my mantle for fall. I love decorating this area. It is the focal point of my living room, and I'm going to be splitting that into two parts here with the mantle first, and then I'll share my living room in the next video. I do not have a can light or spotlight here on my mantle, so one thing I always love to do is add a lamp up here. I recently over the summer thrifted this beautiful brass lamp for $25, and its new home is going to be up here on my mantle. It's perfect for all year long, but especially for fall with those warm brass tones. For my mantle fall decorating, I am going to be using a mixture of new, thrifted, vintage, and old items that I have had for a long time. This is how you get that nice, curated look to your home that creates a warm and cozy feel. These books are a great riser for that blue and white planter. Don't worry so much about what the books look like right now because I am going to be creating a beautiful floral design across the entire mantle, so you will see the books peeking out, but you won't see them in their entirety. For the main floral piece here on my fall mantle, I'm going to use this old garland as the base. It is not very full, so I went to Hobby Lobby and picked up some additional fall foliage picks that are in a softer color palette that I will insert all along this garland and the rest of my mantle. For fall, you will see me using a lot of primary colors blended with complementary colors like this fall foliage. And you'll see it again when I use the blue primary color in all of my blue and white decor mixed with the orange pumpkins and traditional fall colors. This is going to create a vibrant, bold, but harmonious look to my fall decorating. If you have been wanting to add more color into your home, fall is the perfect time to start doing that. Just look to nature and all the natural beauty that you see outside and bring those colors into your interior space. You can see how easy it is to tuck these fall foliage stems in and around your garland and decor on your mantle. If you don't have a mantle, this is something you could recreate on a console table down the center of your dining table. It does not have to be exclusively here for your mantle. I want to balance out the heavy decor on the other side of my mantle here with this blue ginger jar, and I'm going to nestle in some brass candlesticks with some beautiful twisted candles. I'm going to then go in with some more fall decor, but my mantle is actually very narrow in the middle, and then it has those end pieces that come out a little bit further, but it kind of is an awkward space to decorate, so I just have to, work with that and the constraints of the woodwork, which is beautiful in and of itself because of that craftsmanship. After stepping back, everything was the same level on this side, the candles and the ginger jar. So I'm going to use a book as a riser to elevate one of those candle holders and candles. This will add that varying degree of height that makes it visually interesting. And then back to tucking in some more of that fall foliage. After getting all of those picks tucked in there, I feel like the ginger jar was lost amongst the greenery. So again, using another book, I pick up these Reader Digests at garage sales for really cheap. They work great for this purpose. It's going to elevate it up out of that greenery so that you can actually see it. And then the next cozy fall touch I want to add here is a string of these fairy twinkle lights. They're battery powered and they blend in seamlessly here with the greenery. If you don't like glitter, you're not going to like these beautiful golden pheasants from Hobby Lobby. I bought these last year for the fall season, but I saw them again in store this year. So if you're wanting you a set of them, you can head on in there and pick them up. But they're going to be the perfect golden addition here to the center of my mantle. I found these wheat stalks at Michael's, and I'm just going to spread them out a little bit and then tuck them into the center of this mantelpiece. When it comes to home decor and decorating, I am a maximalist. I definitely love a lot of layers and textures, different colors and patterns. This makes me happy in my space, and I just think it gives you that cozy, well-loved, lived-in home. I do not like a lot of clutter though and stuff sitting around. I like it to be very intentional home decor and beautiful treasures displayed in and around my home. So that means we've got to add pumpkins and more pumpkins here to our mantelpiece. And then to tie in all of the blues with the fall foliage, I have a couple of light-ish silvery blue picks. These have berries on them. I'm going to drape them out and around. This adds another element of texture to this mantelpiece. one more piece of fall home decor I want to add here into my mantle before I am satisfied with the way it looks, and that is these blue stems from Hobby Lobby last year. This is going to be the final piece that ties everything together, not just here on my mantle, but with all of my decorating that I've done so far throughout my home. Consider my hearth part of my mantle decorating, so I shopped my home. I swapped the chair that was originally here, put it in my entryway, and then took my entryway chair, and that's what I have here now. This big chunky throw came from Target. It is a beautiful color, especially for fall. We are still having temperatures in the 90s, but soon enough we will be able to cuddle up and be cozy by the fire. And then I bought this floral pillow from Target as well. It was an end of season item that I got on a deep discount. In order to camouflage the gas starter to my fireplace, I'm going to combine this new thistle bush with this older fall foliage that I have. I don't know about you, but I would much rather see decor than a gas fire starter. I'm going to start working on a little vignette here on the hearth, just a little something very simple to fill the space on this corner of the hearth. I'm going to base everything on this old law book. It is from the early 1920s and the colors were perfect for a fall vignette. And then I have a gold tray that I thrifted. To that, some fall foliage and a faux pumpkin. I thrifted the duck brass set at my neighbor's garage sale for $10 for the set. The perfect little addition here to this fall vignette. Adding just a little simple touch of fall into this pot with a few faux pumpkins. This plant has been here through spring and summer. This is a way to keep your everyday decor out but transition it for the seasonal decorating. In the off season, I like to keep these aspen logs here in my fire grate as a decorative piece. I've added some fairy twinkle lights that I turn on at night to give it a beautiful ambiance. It is these small details that are going to add that fall cozy vibe to your home. While you enjoy a closer look here at the final fall decorating of my mantle and hearth, I just want to say thank you very much for spending your time here with me today. I know you have a choice in what you watch, and I am forever grateful that you stopped by my home and spent your time with me. If you enjoyed the video, I greatly appreciate that thumbs up. And if you haven't joined the Uniquely Lesa family, I invite you to do that. I would love for you to join us and come back for the next video. Don't forget to leave me a comment below. I love to hear from y'all and talk to you down in the comments, so don't be shy. Until I see you again in that next video, have a wonderful and blessed day, and I'll see you again real soon. Everyone, I am so glad that you're here for today's video. The last time I saw you, we had decorated my fireplace, mantle, and hearth. Here is a little preview of that. I invite you to go check it out if you haven't already seen it. But today we're going to continue decorating my living room for fall. I'm going to carry on with the same colors, traditional, cozy fall vibe here in our living room. I hope this gives you a lot of new ideas and fall decorating inspiration. I'm going to start here with our TV console. I will be using a lot of thrifted and vintage finds. I will be sure and point out anything that is new that you can find in store. Links will be in the description for your convenience. So let's get started decorating. The best way to get a new look without spending any money in your home is to shop your home decor and move things from one area to another. That's what I have done here with two of my favorite thrifted vintage landscape prints. I relocated them from another place in my home and I'm stacking them here to create a little gallery wall. Underneath these two pictures, I want to add my chinoiserie planter on this stand. I thrifted these at an estate sale. They were $38.50 for both pieces. The base was in really rough condition and it was a very reddish mahogany color. So I did what I do best and I took some black spray paint and coated it, giving it a completely new look. After getting the beautiful faux ferns into the chinoiserie planter, I did not like that extra gap between them and that vintage landscape, so I had picked up this little print at Michael's this year, and it was the perfect size to fill that space and create that odd number of pictures on the wall. Everything on top of my console table has been thrifted except for the gold candle stand that my chinoiserie bowl is sitting in. You can curate a beautiful home with thrift items. Now, I have enjoyed the way my books and decor is stacked here through the summer, so I'm going to leave that, making just a few changes to transition it to fall. Sometimes I like to completely redo all of my home decor as the seasons change, and then sometimes, like this here today, I enjoy it so much that I just want to upgrade it for the season, adding little touches like that milk glass leaf tray and some faux fall greenery, these pumpkins. It's the little swaps like this that can transition your home decor from season to season. Like the top of my TV console, I'm going to make a few simple swaps on the inside. I've already pulled out all of my summer florals. I packed them away before I even got my fall things out. But I am replacing the summer florals that were in this bowl with these brown hydrangeas. These are so pretty and make a lush little fall statement here inside of my console. On the other side of the cabinet, I'm using some faux greenery to fill my brass pot. If you have a bush of faux greenery like this and you just bend the individual stems back over that main plastic stalk, then it shortens your greenery and lets it fit into smaller vases, but it also preserves it so that you can use it later on if you need it to be tall. A few decorative elements added into my silver pedestal bowl, and that is all this side of the console table needed. Once I shut the doors and stood back and looked at everything, I felt like I needed to add a couple of pumpkins to the other side. And as much as I love my brass bowl, I remembered that I had a silver pumpkin and it would look great down here. It would offset that silver pedestal bowl. This table is actually a kennel, and this is Raider's little home and bed, but there's no reason it can't be beautiful and decorated for fall, so I'm going to add a few elements here to the tabletop. I thrifted this picture last year and it did a little DIY on the frame. I'm still loving it. The florals that I'm going to place on this wooden riser is actually a candle ring. I picked it up at Hobby Lobby this year, and it's going to be the perfect base for my glass pumpkin. Tucking in those pheasant feathers from my home decor collection adds that very special, unique touch to my home decorating this fall. I also had to bring in some blue and white over here. You know I love my blue and white all year long, and then top it off with another little glass pumpkin. A lot of you will remember this $40 Facebook Marketplace find. I got this antique secretary and polished it up and styled it for summer into early fall for you. I will link that down below in the description as well as up here in the corner if you didn't get a chance to watch it. But a lot of this decor I have already set up for fall. I'm happy with the way it looks on the inside of the secretary, but I do want to add a little touch of fall to the outside, starting with this floral arrangement up here in this dough bowl. I'm leaving the greenery that was already in this dough bowl, and to it I added that traditional colored fall leaf garland. The carnation stems, that's what they are called on the tag anyway, came from Michael's, and I'm just going to add a couple of those in there to give it some texture. I loved that they were a unique shape to the flower. And then I have these vintage feather stems. I have had these for so many years, and I use them all over for different things. If you take early, gentle, and good care of them, things like this last and are an investment into your home decor collection. Tucking them in here, and then you'll see I added a little velvet pumpkin from Hobby Lobby to the shelf, and I went back to Hobby Lobby after doing my fall mantle. I bought a couple of the blue eucalyptus stems that I used in my mantle. I carried that over and added it to the dough bowl. On the fold-out leaf of the antique secretary, I want to do a little fall vignette, and I originally had this thrifted lily pad lamp here, but I did not care for that. If I turned it around towards the inside of the desk, then it would shine right in our eyes as we watch TV. So I took this previously thrifted DIY lamp and did another DIY on it. I added a coat of dark green paint to it, and then I antiqued it with some brown antiquing wax. The lampshade was a pure white, and while it worked really good with that other finish on the actual lamp, it was just too stark for this dark green base. So I'm going to tea dye it. You saw that I steeped up some black tea in boiling water. I let this sit about 5 minutes. It is very concentrated. This is a fabric, like a polyester kind of shade with a plastic lining on the inside. So I just rotated it around in my tea bath. I am letting all the excess drip off. I wiped down the plastic inside and then I set it on top of this glass until it was completely dry. It brought that stark white shade down to a very neutral earthy color that is perfect for my new lamp. I hope this gives you ideas and inspiration that you don't have to buy brand new stuff every season. You can just DIY and make over the beautiful home decor you already have. After that little side quest, we are back to our fall vignette here. I'm using this gold scallop tray to anchor all of my decor down onto the desk. It's also going to help these thrifted quail show up so they don't blend into the color of that secretary. And a little fall pick just to add some color. You have a very simple and sweet fall vignette here on my antique desk. I mentioned in my pinned comment last Thursday that I was headed out to an estate sale and I found this $12 pumpkin pillow there. It is perfect here in my living room. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me today and decorating my living room for fall. I always love inviting you into my home and sharing whatever it is that I am up to at the moment. If you enjoyed the video, I always appreciate that thumbs up, and I invite you to hit that subscribe bar, join the Uniquely Lesa family if you haven't already. Drop me a comment below, introduce yourself. I really love talking to y'all in the comments. It's the best part of being on YouTube. Until I see you in that next video, I hope you have a wonderful and blessed day, and I will see you again real soon. Hello there everyone, and welcome to today's video where we are decorating for fall here in my kitchen dining area. I am so glad that you're joining me. For anyone new, my name is Lesa and I love to decorate. So let's get started here. I'm sharing my kitchen dining room after I have given it a good deep clean. Before I start decorating, I love to go top to bottom and deep clean my rooms. My home is an open concept here in my kitchen dining nook. It is adjoining to my family room and my kitchen. I've already shared my kitchen decorating with you, but I want to keep it all cohesive in the same moody color palette of traditional fall colors. So for my tablescape, I am layering this linen striped table runner underneath a very beautiful thrifted silver plate tray. I got this for $24 at an estate sale. It is so heavy and so beautiful. The perfect base for all my other fall home decor. This is a mix of items that I have thrifted, that I've had for a while or recently picked up, and I like to combine everything together to give that cozy, inviting, curated look to my home. I also like to mix the different styles, the more ornate, formal silver tray with that more relaxed linen table runner, and then a mixture of textures and layers and colors in my other home decor for fall to create this little vignette and tablescape. You definitely don't have to spend a lot of money for a little faux floral centerpiece. These mums were from Dollar Tree a couple of years ago, and then just I've added some picks from Hobby Lobby. This turkey cookie jar was such a great find several years ago at a garage sale. I believe it was $6, $7, $8, well under $10, and he's going to be perfect here as the star of my centerpiece on my kitchen table. I'm going to use 2 of these fall leaf picks as a base to nestle some faux pumpkins down on. Using real pumpkins is another great alternative. Have the real pumpkins come from the patch and into your stores where you are. I have not seen any in store where I live, but I know we're just here at the beginning of September, so they will be coming soon. Don't be afraid to find a pumpkin floral pick and just take that stem off of it. That's what I'm doing here with a couple of these. They just looked so pretty, but I did not need that pick stick on there. My intention with this centerpiece tablescape is to make it look good from all sides, and everything I'm using here looks good at every angle, even that turkey cookie jar. According to my maximalist style, I'm going to keep this little side buffet table somewhat simple. I finally fell to the influence of these two books at the Amazon Prime sale, got them on a really good deal. Great ideas in them and very lovely to decorate with. I'm adding those new books in with some beautiful thrifted finds that I have gathered over the years. A beautiful Currier and Ives plate to anchor down my new Target lamp. I love brass candlesticks, and you know that I love to add faux greenery and florals to my vignettes. It helps to cozy up and soften those harsh lines of all the decor. I'm bringing in that deep plum burgundy color with these picks. I'll be reusing some twisted candles that I picked up last fall. I'm going to top off my stack of books with this high-end DIY and my cute little thrifted quail. My ceilings are fairly tall here in my kitchen dining room, so I love to fill the top of my corner china cabinet to the max. I love to add seasonal decor up here, and I like to make it full and lush. So I am going to use several different elements to create that fall look that I'm going for. I'm starting with this garland. It's got all of the traditional fall colors. It's got sunflowers, and it's all layered on a grapevine. To add a little bit of whimsy and fun up here, I'm using a strand of Twinkle Fairy lights that are battery powered. These are those little lights that are on a wire cord. And here's a tip for you. After Christmas, there are always tons of these left on the clearance rack. That's where I have picked up most of mine throughout the year. So there's a tip for you on how to save money on your home decor. This light tone basket is going to be the perfect contrast to all of the dark woods I have in my kitchen dining area, as well as those traditional fall colors. I'm going to embellish it with some satin ribbon in this deep green color. I collect ribbon when I find it on sale, and I know that it is in the color palettes that I like to use throughout my home. So this was very inexpensive. Another home decor budget money saving tip for you there. nothing fancy, just a simple bow in that satin ribbon. It gives you a polished look to an otherwise a very plain basket. Something else that is no longer plain are these fall bushes. I am going to show you how I took these from drab to fab with some spray paint. Yes, you heard that right. Spray painting faux greenery. I am adventurous and willing to try anything at least once. I have had these fall bushes for several years and enjoyed them in their natural beauty, but it was time for a little bit of a change. And I am all about upcycling and reusing when at all possible. I started with the rustic orange color to be my first base color. Do not be afraid of this process. If you get too much of a paint color, you can go back with one of the others and tone it down. I'm concentrating this rustic orange towards the middle of the leaf, like at the stalk, so that is going to be where the most color is on the leaf. It is a very messy process, so you will want to wear old clothes, a glove, and do this outside. I also have cardboard down over my grass to protect it. You just can't see it in the shot. This Rust-Oleum earthy green spray paint is awesome because the nozzle has an adjustable control on the spray. I am using all satin paints so that it does not have a shiny glossy finish on this. The green I'm kind of randomly spraying. Some of them I'm concentrating above where I sprayed the orange and more towards the outside of the leaf, but there's overspray, which is great because that softly filters down onto the other leaves. It's kind of tedious here. You have to spread apart each of the leaves to get the top side and get them flat, but well worth this process. It is fairly quick to do this. I didn't even wait for the paint to dry in between coats and colors. This helped them to blend together a little bit easier going wet on wet spray paint. It's, again, like I said, just kind of tedious to spread out those branches and leaves, but you can see here that these bushes are already starting to pick up wonderful fall colors. Heritage Red is my third color that I am layering onto these spray painted fall bushes. Again, like the green, I'm alternating between the outside of the leaf and kind of into the inside of the leaf. The beautiful thing about fall colors is that in nature it's random and it's organic and natural, so you really can't mess this up unless maybe you overspray and get runs and drips and it's too concentrated. You definitely want to use a light hand. My final color is this nutmeg spray paint, and for this final coat I'm kind of just doing a very light spray in general overall. That's just going to tone down and blend all of the colors together like you see here. Make sure you let this project dry completely before you bring it inside and start working with it. Look how beautiful these turned out. They're going to be perfect in my new floral arrangement for my kitchen dining nook. So tell me, are you going to be brave enough to try spray painting, upcycling, and transforming some of your old, tired, worn out fall greenery? Let me know down in the comments what you think. I don't believe that anyone would know I had spray painted these unless they had watched this video. I thrifted this beautiful fall canvas recently and I have just wedged it in here in my photo holder stand. I think, well, I don't know what the technical term for it is, but I got this at Michael's a while back, like in the spring, and it is great to elevate and lift up your decor in situations just like this, or you can use it to hold your picture frames on a tabletop. A very good staple decor piece to have in your home decor collection. I am going to have a bunch of pumpkins layered in up here as well. It is fall and fall means pumpkins. I clipped these 2 individual stems off of one of those fall bushes that I painted. I want to tuck it in here to just hide the little riser that I have my vintage lamp on. These dried cattails are going to be added into that fall foliage to add some texture and visual interest with the color contrast. I'm just going to vary the height of them as I place them in and around the basket with all those fall leaves. I had to look up what these were called. I am used to cattails being the dark brown solid stem, but Google Lens said this is what they look like in the fall when they sprout out into seeds. So let me know if Google is wrong. Y'all are a wealth of knowledge, and I love when y'all share it down in the comments. Always love to set up a seasonal vignette or floral decoration here on my vintage stool. So I'm going to use a plastic cup to elevate a velvet pumpkin and keep it from falling down in the space, and then add a little soft touch of fall greenery on the side. This is going to finish off my fall kitchen dining area. Thank you so much for joining me today. It is always a pleasure to have you stop by and watch and see what I'm up to here in my home. I am in full fall mode. We have reached September, so there is no reason to not embrace it to its fullest. I hope you enjoyed this video and will give it a thumbs up. And if you are not subscribed and part of the Uniquely Lesa family here, I would love for you to join us. We have the best, kindest, and most welcoming community. If you're looking for more fall decorating inspiration, I invite you to check out my channel. I have a lot of decorating. It is a passion of mine, and I love to share it with you. I hope you will enjoy this final look of my kitchen dining nook and how I decorated it for fall this year. Until I see you in that next video, I hope you have a wonderful and blessed day. See you again real soon.